Hello everyone, it's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today is May 10th, Saturday. It is 11:02. I'm a couple minutes late. I apologize. Trying to do some last minute stuff. My life is crazy, guys. I'm behind. So anyway, let me make sure I'm in the right spot. All the technology things before I get too deep into this. So bear with me a second. Okay, I'm in the right spot. Make sure you can hear me. Too deep into this. So bear with me. Okay. Is anybody on yet? Let me turn on live chat so I can see comments. All right. I don't see anybody on yet, so we'll give it a few minutes. I hope everyone's having a fabulous weekend. The weather outside is beautiful. Hey Mom, how are you? Normally Saturdays are my days to sleep in. This morning I had an appointment to go get a chip in my windshield filled. So I had to get up bright and early to do that, which I was dreading, but it's done, it's over with. Once I get up and I get my coffee and I get going, I'm okay. I came home, I planted a couple of plants already, because it is beautiful outside. So, hoping to do some pool stuff this weekend. We've been busy. It's that time of year. So, as you'll notice, and I apologize in advance, again, week 2, no manicure, bare naked fingers. But it's pointless because we're out working in the yard and doing stuff, and it just chips, and there's no point in painting them, anything. Like I said, I planted this morning, so at least I came in and I got the dirt from underneath my fingernails out and washed my hands. I am doing good, Mom. I'm getting things done. I'm checking them off. However, I have to apologize because it is annual catalog time of year, and usually I am on it like Johnny Rocket on the spot, and I am not this year. I'm behind, but that's okay. We're gonna play catch up, and we're getting it done. So, let's jump into it because there's a lot to cover. And I really only want to be on here an hour. Like I said, I'm a busy woman. I got things to do. So I'm not going to go over this a lot right now because I show it to you every video. But 3 levels of creativity. There's something for everyone. And I'm going to show you that in the catalog today. I'm going to show you what I mean because Stampin' Up! Does a really good job about splitting things up. So, this catalog, I'm just drum roll, okay? I am so excited to be able to open it, show it to you so that you guys can see what I'm seeing and love it just as much. Scrapbooking is in it. Oh, that gives me so much excitement. I'm in love, Stampin' Up! I will say I want more kits. However, I know you have to make everybody happy, and all the card makers are a little upset because even though there's only 4 scrapbooking kits in this annual catalog, and there's so many more stamps and dies to make cards, because of the way they laid it out in the catalog, it looks like there's so much more scrapbooking stuff than what there is. And I'll go over that with you in just a little bit. But the card makers are a little cranky. We had our little Stampin' Up! club meeting last Tuesday, and I kind of had to tell the ladies, settle it down. There's only 4. What are you getting so worked up about? Anyway, it's funny. And they tease me about stamps that they're just like, oh, Shauna's going to love that stamp because it's hideous. Well, you know what? I do. And so there. I'm going to own it. And anyway, we're that way with each other. We're very sarcastic and a pain in the patoots. But anyway, I can open this watch. Dun, da, da, da. I know you guys are going, oh my gosh, you've lost it, girlfriend. I have. Because we've had these catalogs for a month and a half, and I haven't been able to show it to you. And that drives me crazy. I've been able to order product, and I can show the product off to you, but I can't show you. I hate showing you product that you can't use. I like giving you sneak peeks, and that's why I do the unboxing videos, but I don't want to use it. Because then if I make something cute and you want it, you're mad at me because you can't get it. So, anywho, there's always a wonderful note from the co-founder and the CEO, Shelley Gardner, and Sarah Douglas, her daughter. And I love reading this. So, when you get your catalog, which, speaking of that, if you've ordered from me in the last 6 months, you should have a catalog in your hot little hands by now. Thanks, Mom. If you don't, I have plenty. So reach out to me. Let me know if I can meet you somewhere. Put this in your hot little hands. I've got a little shopping list in here. I left this side. Usually this size has all the catalog pages and stuff. I left that open this time just because I saw a lot of my team writing notes down like on the bottom and around the top. So I'm going to leave this blank and let you guys use it for notes. So anyway, I have catalogs. Holler at me. I will get you one. If you've purchased within the last 6 months, they're free. If you haven't, they're $2, and they are well worth every bit of the $2. This is so much more than a catalog. Yes, it is a catalog. You can purchase from it. However, it's an idea book. There are tons of examples and samples and ideas that you can case, which, if you don't know, case means copy and still everything. This catalog is full of beautiful stuff that if you are stuck and you want to create a card, create what's on this page, and that gets the mojo flowing, and then you're good. It's a technique book. There are so many different techniques, and I'll show that to you throughout the catalog. It's a inspiration book. Again, it gets those creative juices flowing. It has tons of templates in here, guys. So anyway, again, Stampin' Up!, which is the reason why I love Stampin' Up!, it focuses on getting together, crafting together. This is why I love Stampin' Up!, not only because all the papers and colors and markers and ribbon, they all match, the embellishments match. There's no guessing involved. So it's very easy. But this is me in a nutshell. I go to crops. I hold card classes, scrapbooking classes. I want to get together with people and bond over scrapbooking and paper crafting and card making. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know your family. This is me in a nutshell. So again, read this over here because, again, I think it's beautiful. Here's the table of contents, and you will notice the way Stampin' Up! Splits it up. Here's this step-by-step crafting, the kits. This is level 1. This is our quick and easy options, the mix and match. This is level 2. This is Creativity Your Way, Anything Goes Level 3. And that is why I show this off to you at the beginning of every video. I cannot explain it enough or say it enough that there is something for everyone. If you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, if you're advanced, Stampin' Up's got you covered. So, again, this talks about making a difference. Small acts can make a big difference. Sending a card can brighten someone's day. You know, we get so much junk mail, so many bills. When someone goes to the mailbox and they pull out the mail and there's this pretty envelope, this little bitty card, it brightens their day. You can't tell me it doesn't. It makes a difference. And that's what Stampin' Up is all about, making a difference. Again, they're talking about gathering together. It's easy to do. Invite people over. Keep it simple. Have fun. Who doesn't like to get together, do something, talk, snack, have fun? Yes, please. Yes. I'm all for it. And it's easy. Something new. I think it's new. I don't think Stampin' Up's ever done this, but I love it. A couple of different areas in this catalog. They have little activities, little games. Anyway, I love this one. I haven't filled it out yet. Like I said, I'm behind. You'll notice my catalog is not all labeled like it normally is. It will get there. Let me show you the old catalog, the one that just ended, what it looks like. So again, like I said, I have not gone through this as much as I need to, and you'll notice that. This is my old catalog. I mean, there are tabs everywhere. So that's what this one will eventually look like. I think I have opened up this catalog maybe 10 times. I've had it a month and a half, guys. Usually I've been in this thing 100 times by now. So I'm a little behind, but I'm going to get there. So find your reason to craft. These are some ideas, but why do you craft? What does it mean to you? I encourage you to fill this out. Like I said, I have not filled out mine yet. I will. And I might come back and share that with you guys eventually. So, but I think this is great because I think it's important to understand why we do it, why we love it. Shop, earn, rewards, save. They just recently changed our rewards program. So for every $20 that you spend, you save 10%. And it just goes on to your next order. So Stampin' Up, you're going to go in, you're going to create an account. And then every time you turn in an order, that 10% of whatever it is that you spent is going to be on there for you to use next time. Now you can save them up. I think you have to use them. There is a time limit. You can't hoard them forever. But I want to say a year. I'm going to have to check on that. I'm not putting that in black and white. But you can hoard them. And I need to hoard mine because I need to use it for an embossing machine. You guys know every video I use my old embossing machine. So I use my Big Shot. I need the new one. And as soon as I buy it, there'll be another new one, I'm sure. But anyway, your rewards. It has changed. So again, every $20 you spend, you get a 10% of that. And it just goes, it's sitting there ready for you to use on your next order. Okay, level 1, step-by-step crafting. These are our kits. Sorry, I'm moving something out of the way. I have stuff around me like you would not believe. Oh, you guys. Okay, I'm trying to get Here we go. Okay, our kits. Step by step, they have instructions. And I've talked about these kits over and over and over. This shows a few of our kits, but it tells you right here, go to stampinup.com/kits to shop our entire kits collection. The reason why I say that, we come out with 2 new kits every month. It is constantly changing. This one just came out last month, or for the month of May. This one was April. This is the heirloom arrangements kit. It's beautiful. I love this one too. The laser cuts in this one are gorgeous. You can see an example of it right there. They come in brown boxes. This was a cherry blossoms treat box. They made these cute little treat boxes. They come with everything you need. Adhesive, the Stampin' block if you need a stamp, your ink, your embellishments, any ribbon. You can see the ink there and the ribbon there. So everything you need. It tells you step-by-step instructions on how to make it. Usually if it's a card kit, there's 3 different cards, 3 of each. But here are the step-by-step instructions. It tells you where to stamp, how to fold it, how to create it. It even has a measurement on here to tell you for your thread or your ribbon how much to cut. You can't go wrong. There's even a QR code on the back if you want to pull up a video that kind of walks you through it. So we have that in card and in scrapbooking. Scrapbooking is in our new catalog. Yay! I'm so excited. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay, so our kits. I want to take a little bit of time to show you this. And this is, let me say, this is old product because we could only order, okay, so when you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can pre-order and get stuff early, products early, but you can only pre-order from a select list. You can't pre-order from the whole catalog. So when we demonstrators get our pre-orders, we can show that off to you. We can start creating with it, but it is not like we've been able to go through the whole catalog and get what we want. We can only get something from a select list. So kind of a bummer, because when you see the catalog, you're like, well, I want this, and I want this, and I want this. So all these kits, I could only order from this catalog May 6th, Tuesday. I did not pay UPS shipping overnight. I don't have them in my hands yet. So what I'm going to be showing you to kind of help this make sense is some old product. And I hope that's okay. And also, before we get too far into this, these tabs, someone asked me where I get these clear Post-it notes, because that's all they are, little clear Post-it notes. These are from Dollar Tree. And this is what the packaging looks like. There's 100 of them in here. And I love these because I can stick these on my catalog and it doesn't cover up something. But they're just clear Post-it notes. And I don't know what they're made out of, but you can rip a normal Post-it note. I cannot tear these. I mean, these things, they are so durable. I don't know what they're made out of, but anyway, that is what they look like. That is the packaging. So, Dollar Tree. Okay, scrapbooking workshop kits. The kits come in a Ziploc bag. The kits are step-by-step instructions, just like the little brown card kit that I showed you just a second ago. It has the supplies and the instructions to make 3 two-page layouts, okay? It tells you how to lay your paper in the trimmer. And I've kind of gone over this in some of my videos, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. But it shows you the paper, how you cut it, the measurements, walks you through everything. And as I'm cutting, you'll notice this says 2A, 1A, 2F, 1F. This means the 2 is layout 2. And then the letters mean something else, and I'll get to that here in a second. But this right here is layout 1. So an easy thing to do is to have a lot of these, and I get them at Dollar Tree again, these little Ziploc bags, and I have them labeled. Hold on. I'm going to grab from the bottom of my stack. I have a lot of stuff to go over. I have a feeling it's going to be a little over an hour, but I have these labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 20 of them because I've done a class. I've done a workshop, a crop that made 20 pages. So 20 layouts. Anyway, as I'm cutting, I stick the paper in the bag. So this would go in bag 2. This piece would go in bag 1. Again, bag 2, bag 1. So then when you've got all your cutting done, they're all put together, and you just grab whatever layout you want to work. So again, that's all the cutting. It goes through all the paper. Then layout 1. So I would grab layout 1's bag. You have all your pieces pre-cut, and then it tells you, this is where the letters come in handy, what 1D is, 1E is, 1A, 1C, 1B, and it tells you even the measurements, like on how far you need to put it in on your piece of paper. 1.5 inches, 1 1/4, 1 1/2. There is no guessing, guys. So again, that is a workshop. That is a level 1. Okay? Now, I will say, you can also find this in the catalog later on as a level 2 and a level 3. So it's in our catalog multiple times, but it is the same kit. So keep that in mind as we're kind of going through this. And let me mention, this was a Halloween kit. I bought the workshop kit. I made birthday pages out of it. Think outside the box. This was a class that I offered, a scrapbooking class. Maybe the month of March, I think. I'd have to go back and look. But just because it says Halloween, Christmas, whatever, you don't have to use it for that. So, okay. Kits, level 2, or scrapbooking kits, level 1. We have a Memories in Bloom, and you will recognize this paper. This was something that I showed off. Let me grab. It is the, you'll see it back here later on. Actually, let me see if I can flip to it real quick. Maybe. It's this right here. It's this Florals in Bloom. And they offer this as a suite for card making. So not only is it a scrapbooking workshop, but it is a card making as well. So you don't have to buy it as a kit. You can also buy the paper and everything later. Like I said, you will see this same thing in level 1, in level 2, and in level 3. I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, please let me know. So this first one is Memories in Bloom. It makes these 3 layouts. You have everything you need, and it tells you you've got your photo placeholders, you have your stickers. It comes with a little sticker sheet and your pre-cut images. You have your white willow cardstock, your two-tone cardstock. So these are going to be like your main color, like your solid color sheets of paper. And then it has 9 sheets of designer series paper, which is our pattern paper. We call it DSP. And it has the step-by-step instructions. Additional products that you will need that don't come in the scrapbooking kits, but does come in the card kits. So the card kits, you can take that kit, go to a soccer game, and put that kit together. You've got everything you need in that box. The scrapbooking, you do need your own bone folder, your scissors, your paper trimmer, your adhesive. So those are your additional products, and it tells you about that down there. Okay, Turtley Sweet. Again, this is a workshop kit. It makes these 3 2-page layouts, but you can also get this in the catalog as a suite, as a bundle, and I showed that off on the products video, the pre-product video that I did a couple weeks ago. Weekend Adventures. This was one that we could not order. It was not on our pre-order. So I, again, turned in my order May 6th. I have not received anything. So it's on its way. But I love this one. It's very masculine. It's great for camping, for hiking, nature. I'm in love with this. So it makes these 3 2-page layouts. It has everything you need to make these pages with step-by-step instructions. And the 4th one is Celebrate Together. Again, these 3 layouts, everything is in the workshop kit. It comes in that Ziploc big bag all together. Those are our kits, okay? Card and scrapbooking. Here's another little activity. Talks about speaking about that, we do have a color wheel with all of our colors on it. It's in the catalog. You can purchase it. It is item a little bit later. This does turn, and it talks about complementary, triadic, monochromatic, all your different color combos. So on that same project, and then use a template. There are lots of templates in this. Pick a template out of this catalog. Use that, go off of this, and see what kind of card you end up with. I would love to see a page. Okay, level 2. Let's move on, because again, it's 11:30. Uh-oh. I think I may have had a little bit of an internet glitch there. Hopefully I didn't lose you. Are you guys still there? Hope so. It looks like we're back online. Quick and easy options. The level 2, the mix and match. Okay. Again, I talk about this every video, and I just want you guys to see that Stampin' Up! Does separate it this way in the catalog. Okay. So the mix and match, what this means is we sell pre-made cards and envelopes. We sell ephemera packs, tags. Here's some of those templates down here. There's some tag templates and some card templates. Now you can use this tag template and just put it in a card format. So don't just think that this, you can only use that to make a tag. put that on a card. Turn it, flip-flop it, whatever you want to do. But these are some ideas, some suggestions, some jumping off points. I want to show you, again, it's old product, but some of these mix and match things. Okay, so a couple of years ago, we had, this was the Memories and More Bright and Beautiful envelopes. It looks like some little balloon stamped on there, but beautiful envelopes. Here's the inside. You guys always hear me talking about cutting up the envelopes out of the card kits. That's because I can use them. They're beautiful envelopes. But again, if you send somebody, yep, sounds like, oh, the sound was going on and off. Sorry, Mom. Oh, tell you, technology and internet. I don't know what else to say. I'm glad we're back on, though. I'm glad it didn't completely cut me off. So when I say send a card, can you imagine walking out to your mailbox, getting your mail? Yeah, you see the junk, you see the bills, and then you see this, and you're like, huh, what's that? And you flip it over and you see somebody's returned address, and you're like, aw, somebody loves me. Somebody was thinking of me. It's real, guys. Okay, these are the cards. Ugh. Here's another one of the cards. They are pre-made card bases. No telling what this is going to sound like when I post it to YouTube later on. But you grab your card pack, your envelope pack, and then you grab an ephemera pack. Here, this was a Valentine's Day one. An ephemera pack is just some pre-cut, pop-out embellishments. So instead of stamping and having a ton of stamps, you have these pre-cut hearts, flowers, words, and we have them for, like I said, this was a Valentine's Day set. And I keep them in these little Stampin' Up! Clear cases. They fit in here perfectly. Here was a Christmas one. And you can tell I've gone through and used some of these. These were a couple of them. I bought several packs. And they even had words, Christmas, happy, joy. And then here is kind of a generic, we had happy day, it's your birthday, just a whole bunch of word sayings. Here's some bigger words. Here's some general just images. So again, instead of stamping balloons or stamping a rainbow or a birthday cake, pull this off, put some pop dots on it, put it on this pretty card and envelope pack, put your little words on here that say, yay, it's going to be a good day, happy birthday, and you have yourself a card. These level 2 mix and match are great for somebody who doesn't want step-by-step instructions, but they don't have a whole bunch of crafting supplies. They don't want a whole bunch of crafting supplies. They can just pull from a few cards and envelopes, a few little die cuts, a few little words, put it together. It's quick, it's easy, and it doesn't create a whole bunch of supplies that you need to have on hand. Here was another one of the old cards and envelope pack that we had. I'm just letting you know, I mean, Stampin' Up, these are beautiful, guys. So that is what the level 2 is. You can create your own way. You don't have step-by-step instructions. You just pick and pull from these few supplies and you call it good. And we have that in the card stuff. Here's some templates or some ideas. See where it says copy that? It's using some of these templates, these supplies, and you can make these exactly or make something completely different. Here are some scrapbooking templates. Again, you can take those words, those ephemera packs, put it on a scrapbook page. They're not just for cards. Our level 2 scrapbooking is called Memories and More. And this reminds me of, we have carried this. This was Stampin' Up's version of scrapbooking before all the Close to My Heart demonstrators came over, which I love this. This is quick and easy. So you don't have to spend a lot of time scrapbooking if you don't want to. If you just want to take a picture, put it in a sleeve, get it done, you can. So I pulled this out. Again, this was what went with these envelopes and these cards. This is called a Memories and More. And hopefully I'm going to make this make sense. Look, guys, I hadn't even opened this. That's a shame. I must have had 2 of these because I did use these at one point because they were quick and easy. But, okay, I'm going to try to explain this in the best possible way. Okay. If you guys ever heard of Heidi Swap and Project Life, so page protectors are like these clear I used them for research papers in high school and college. You guys know what a page protector is. Lines, these little hash marks. These pocket pages are cut in different ways. This one is split quadrants, this one's 3 quadrants, that one's 3 quadrants. Man, my video, Mom, are you still there? Ugh, every time I look at my screen, it is frozen. This is going to be horrible. I hope not. Ugh. Okay. These page protector, these things can have little things, separation, and you can take these Memories and Mores and put them in, tuck them in. And some of them have words on them. Some of them just look like a piece of pattern DSP. And you can put a photo on there. You can journal on there. I'm going to pull this up so that you can see this one shows a birthday. See where they've just slid it in, put a photo in, they've put some journaling in. See the 4 little different quadrants? This one has 3 different quadrants. You can scrapbook very easily. Again, this is our Memories and More. Here's the celebration one. It's a birthday one. But this is just an old one. This is not the celebration one. But they've made it very easy. You just take these, and there's some that have sayings. There's some that have little grids so that you can write on them. They're two-sided, just like all of our pattern paper. And there's tons of different things in here. So there's small ones. And there's like a 4x6 size. I'm just going to flip through them. Okay, they also have little stickers, little punch outs. You can create a scrapbooking album several different ways. These are our level 2 mix and match, no instructions. You just buy the little album, the little pocket pages, the little Memories and More card pack, and you put it together however you want. So again, level 2, here's the card stuff, here's the scrapbooking stuff. Okay. This is new. These are our little bitty ink spots like that come in the kits. So this is a normal ink pad. And here is the size of an ink spot. Okay. The only way that you could get the ink spots really were in the kits. Now they are offering an assortment pack. So if you want to test out some different colors before you buy the full big size ink pad, you can. Or if you're on a budget and you want more than one color, this is a great way to do this. It also shows you some different techniques that you can use with these ink spots. You can drag them and make kind of a different line. You can use them as the square and just kind of put them on the paper and use them like as designer series paper, making your own pattern paper. I thought it might be our internet. No, Mom, it looks like it's mine. I don't know what's going on. It also allows you to do like an ombre effect. So you can, you know, start with a dark green and go to a light green on the same stamp. You would just take your stamp, take your little ink pad, ink up the bottom of it, then come in with the lighter one and ink up the top. And then they kind of blend and mix in the middle. And so you have this ombre effect. So anyway, you can buy them in a assortment of 5 ink spots for $19. So that's a great deal if you want to try out colors. Again, this is still part of our level 2 quick and easy. We have big word stamp sets that pretty much take up the whole card front. You just put your saying what you want to say, and then maybe some designer series paper, maybe a couple embellishments, and you're done. So easy way to make a card. This is a great stamp set for quick and easy level 2 options. We've got a thank you, you're on my mind and in my heart, way to go, happy birthday, a little something for you, sorry. This pretty much covers all of your big events, a birthday, sympathy, a thank you, what most card makers make. The only thing I will have to say about this does coordinate with a new punch, 1 7/8 circle punch. That is not going to be available until the very end of May, first part of June. So That was the one thing that Stampin' Up! Could not get in their facility to ship out. So it's not available yet. Also, before I get any further in the catalog, I should have said this before because they cover it way up here in the beginning. There are icons on pages. Pay attention to these icons. The pink box with the N means this is a new product, never been seen before, first time in our catalog. Then we do offer some things in English, Spanish, and French versions. So those are the little icons for that. The icon with the circle and the little QR code, you can scan that and on your phone and bring it up and get more information. And the little shopping bag, that's what it reminds me of with the heart. More details on products marked with this icon can be found on the reference page or in our online store. So if you're looking for more information on certain products, as you're going through this, you're going to notice these little icons throughout. It tells you in the front what these icons are and what they mean. So here, this is brand new. It's got the pink in. There's more information about this Misty Moonlight White Starter Pack, because it shows an example, but it doesn't really show the product. So you can go to our online store and find out more information. Returning favorites from our level 2 catalog last year. This Choose Happy was a great stamp set. It had some little images. It covered all the holidays. You can see Halloween, you can see something for teachers, something for Easter, some summer stuff, a birthday, Valentine's Day heart, some flowers, some spring stuff. This was great for the whole year. Along with this Simply Said stamp. It's kind of like this stamp where it covered everything. It covered birthday, it covered thank you, it covered hello, miss you. The most things that people say in the cards that they want to say was in the set. So this was 2 great stamp sets to have in our last catalog from the level 2. Here's again another one of the big ones that covers the whole front. So was this one. Okay, here's another little activity, kind of a bingo type thing. Cute, it's fun. What's in your bag? What of these items did you get that you bought, that you have, and can you get a bingo? The free square is call your demonstrator. I think that's so funny. Okay, so we're going to move on to level 3, Creativity Your Way. This is the Anything Goes. And I know I've spent a lot of time on the first part of this catalog. Now that we're getting to the rest of this, we're going to kind of fly through it. So, level 3, Anything Goes. You purchase your favorite stamp set, what floats your boat, what you like, and you put it together any way you want. Again, we have it in card and we have it in scrapbooking. This was the Flowers and Bloom collection, and I showed this off in my pre-product that I had already purchased, I had already gotten. So you've seen the paper, you've seen the embellishments. This uses the new 25 to 2026 in colors, which are the Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, and Darlin' Duckling. And again, I went over all of this in my pre-order video that I did a couple weeks ago. Here's a cute card using those supplies. So I have created a little bit. This is a suite. A suite is where you can get stamps, dies, embellishment, designer series paper, and ribbon. You can get it all, and it all coordinates. So if you want the suite, you get a discounted price when you bundle it all together. It's $122.50. here's that number to turn in that order. If you don't want to buy the suite, say you don't like the embellishments, or you don't like the ribbon that they offer with it, or you don't like the dies, you don't have to buy it that way. You can purchase them separate. So a suite is where you get the big kit caboodle, all of the stuff. Again, embellishments, paper. This one is actually a mega suite because it comes with 2 stamps, 2 dies. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have tons of floral stuff because florals sell. Do I need another flower stamp set? No. However, these dies, guys, are gorgeous. Stampin' Up! Has really upped their game on the dies. And I'm going to show you here in a second. Well, actually, while we're talking about, this is a Impressions A Bloom. And this is, okay, so this was this flower set right here. This is the Florals in Bloom. Okay, we also have online stuff, guys, that went live. So if you're shopping from the catalog, that's fine. But there is other products online. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I like them more. Here's the online florals. I'm going to pull out this card that I made using these products. I did not get the stamp set, but I could not pass on these dies. Do you see these dies? There's no blending. There's no ink. This is paper and dies. Colored cardstock and dies. These dies, which are called the Impressions A Bloom dies, put these, they're not cutouts, these indentions, these impressions, why, hence the name Impressions A Bloom's die, into your cardstock. Can you imagine if I go in and I do some ink blending, some darker peach pie, some darker fresh freesia, how that would pop? But if you're shopping online, you are going to see so much more. I'm just letting you know. I love our catalogs, but the online stuff, guys, sometimes I like it more than what's in our catalog. It's sad. But anyway, I did not get the stamp set that goes with these dies. Is there one? Yes, there is. Do I need it? No, I don't. But I had to have these dies because, like I said, Stampin' Up! Is changing their game on the dies. Here's another one. This was an adventure, scenic adventure dies. It does come with a stamp, but these dies, mountains, trees, the grass. I showed these in my product review, my pre-product order that I got a couple weeks ago. It puts these indentions in the water. You guys. Telling you, they've stepped up their game. Here's one, again, an online exclusive. You know me, I love animals. You can make this tree really tall with all these little holes and these little creatures peeking out. But the die set, I did get the stamp with this. Okay, this is a bundle. So a suite has the embellishments, the paper, the stamps, the dies. A bundle is just the dies and the stamp. So there is a die on here, this one right here, and I showed this and how it works, but you can make your tree and then cut a whole bunch of these in your tree, the top of your tree, and your leaves. You can pull up your leaves, pull them up, and it's like a 3-dimensional tree. Go back and watch that video to see how that die works. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm getting all excited, sorry. I'm gonna move on. I said I was gonna go through this fast. This goes over a little bit about how they made the paper, how they designed it. Here, this gives you some ideas. It does show you that some of the dies that come in this suite cut out the paper. And that's kind of, I mean, sometimes like on the turtle stuff, I got the dies to cut out the paper. I didn't need the stamp set. Here's some, again, some cute ideas. This is a gorgeous die and stamp set. Okay. Here is the Turtley Cute. Again, go back, watch my product review, preview. This is a suite. It comes with the paper, the embellishments, the ribbon, a Stampin' die. This one even comes with an embossing folder. I did not get this embossing folder. I thought it's too busy. I'm never going to use that. I already want it. I should have just ordered it because I could have ordered this suite of products for $80.50, but I didn't, and I should have, because I have everything else other than this embossing folder, and I really could have gotten that embossing folder for free probably if I added it all together. But stamp and dies. These embellishments are gorgeous. I'm gonna have to buy those by the mother load. And this ribbon is gorgeous. This is soft sea foam. This is garden green. This will be great at Christmas time, but I can see myself using this lighter version on more everyday stuff. So, but the whole reason, and this was one of the things that my team members, my little group of girls, was giving me a hard time on. They were like, Shauna, that turtle is ugly. No, he's not. He is so stinking cute. And I'm in love with this piece right here, because this is a whole size of a card front, and you can create little scenes. I love scene cards. If you know me, you know I love card scenes. But you have somebody gardening, somebody like nature hiking, bees. Where's the other ones? Hold on. Playing a drum, a trumpet, a guitar, a banjo. Riding a bike, just laying down, chilling out, having a picnic. Grilling, sandcastle, beach. You can cut out these turtles and use them. Here's the one for the beach. Here's the one for the picnic. Here's the one playing all the instruments on the stage, doing a show. Here's the ones that are just chilling out, maybe riding a bike, watching the clouds. You can use these turtles and create these scenes, and I am in love. So there you go, Valerie. Giving me such a hard time about the turtles. Last catalog, it was the hammerhead shark, and I made the cutest aquarium card. I know they're just giving me a rough time, but I love this set. I love it. Anyway, moving on. See, they've even showed in the catalog them creating these scenes. There's that embossing folder. This is called Beautiful Gallery. It's not my style. That's okay. That's why they've got it in here. There's something in here for everybody. We are already at an hour, guys. I'm going to have to speed it up. So none of this is coming to my house. This paper is cute, and you guys know how I love scenery paper. There are a couple in here, like this one is like a rolling hillside. This one looks like a cloud and some lakes. This one has a little cottage back there. So there are a couple of these pieces of paper that I would use. I didn't get it. I probably will eventually. We'll see. As you can see, I have not gone through this catalog. Even my poor little turtles back here. There are no hearts on anything. With my old catalog, you can tell I went through here, and I mean, it is all marked up, you know, with hearts and what I wanted. This is normally when I get my catalog in the very beginning, what I do. It reminds me of, I think, being a kid, getting at Christmas time the big Sears catalog or the service merchandise catalog. Mom, you'll remember this because I did it year after year after year. And I would go through there and I would circle what I wanted for Christmas or for my birthday or whatever. I'm that way with my Stampin' Up! Catalog. So usually this little turtle, there would be hearts all over this page. I have not had a chance to go through here and mark up my book. That's how crazy busy I have been. It will eventually happen. These embellishments are very cute. They're like a bronzy color. They're heavy. I'm just going to throw that out there. When you're mailing a card, keep that in mind. You would not want to put a lot of these on a card because it's going to weigh that card down. So they are heavy. These dies, however, like I said, Stampin' Up! Has really upped their die game. I don't know if you guys see this, but this die right here, this little swirly, parts of the paper pop up, parts do not. So it gives it this it says dies, partially cut, pop up paper designs. Excuse me, oh my goodness, so sorry. Grab a drink. Different. And there's a movie on Netflix. I cannot remember what the name of it is, but there's a lady that's dating a guy. I watched it not that long ago. She goes over to his house. He lets her in. He's showing her his pottery room. Somebody goes and knocks on the door or rings the doorbell, so he goes and answers the door. She breaks something and she collects it and puts it in her purse. She feels so bad about it. She doesn't say anything, and she comes across, and I'm not going to be able to say this word, but kintsugi. That is so wrong. Anyway, this is a technique where you take something that is broken and you use this gold, I don't think it's leafing, but you put, maybe it is leafing. You take it and you put it in the cracks. So you put your pottery piece or whatever you broke, your china dish together, and you put this gold leafing or whatever in it, and it makes it prettier than what it even was. And there's a whole thing on this. If you guys Google this word, it'll go down this path and tell you, but it's a tradition, something that is broken can once be even more beautiful. And I love that whole thing. But anyway, that's what this is based off of. I do love the blue and gold. I love the white and gold. I love the beige and gold. And I even love the back sides of the papers. So I might end up getting this paper, but I don't know. I did not get any of this. I do love these embellishments, and they are not as heavy as those bronze ones, and they kind of have the same look. So I know you'll get through this and be stronger for it. I love that saying. Anyway, I didn't get it. Here's some ideas. See, this even talks about, yeah, gold foiling sheets. What is it? It's a traditional Japanese technique of repairing broken pottery with gold lacquer. The mended gold veins become a celebration of imperfection instead of hiding it. Love it. I love that whole theory. But anyway, I didn't get it. Here's a boho vibes one. I love the colors. I'm not a really boho-y person. I didn't get it, but it is pretty, and I do love the dye. So it's a little out there for me. The colors aren't my cup of tea. So, but again, there's something in here for everyone. So that was the card stuff. Here's the level 3 scrapbooking stuff. Okay, now remember how I said back here on the level 2 that there were, or level 1, that there were 4 different workshop kits. So the kit has everything in it that you can make these 3 2-page layouts. Okay, these 4 things are the same thing back here, but you can buy them in a different format. So again, this kind of goes down level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 are scrapbooking workshop kits. 2, the level 2 quick and easy scrapbooking, which was the memories and more, the little pocket protector pouches that we kind of went over. Step 3, which is anything goes, is scrapbooking from scratch. Okay, so let me find, give me just a second, because I do want to spend some time over this. Okay, again, I don't have new product on hand yet. I haven't ordered it off the camera, so sorry. Here is the Storybook Live from the last little mini catalog. Here is the kit. Again, the Ziploc bag, all the materials for the 3 2-page layouts. Here is the same version of it, but not in a kit. This is scrapbooking from scratch. And saw that movie with an angel. Yeah, I think so, Mom. Yeah. Anyway, it was a good movie. Can't remember what the name of it was. So this is the same thing, but it comes in a different form. You can buy the cardstock. Now remember, this kit has your pattern paper, your DSP, your cardstock, your sticker sheet, everything. There are some things that are in this kit that aren't in this. So be careful that you know what you're buying. Sometimes there's some sticker sheets that aren't in this that are in this. But you can buy your cardstock, and then I haven't even opened this one up. And then here is your little sticker sheet and your designer series paper. You'll remember that I kind of used some of this stuff on a card, so you can also buy it for cards. But there's this sheet of die cuts that you can just pop out. So you can buy the kit and do the pages like they've suggested, or do them however you want. Or you can buy it like this and just do whatever you want. So that's what, it's the same kit, the same thought, the same images pretty much. But the kit shows you exactly 3-page. This, you can do it however you want. This is level 3 scrapbooking from scratch. So again, here's that Memories in Bloom that was in this level 1. This right here. I made these 3 2-page layouts. Here it is again, but you can do it however you want. So if you want to do these pages, you can buy the kit. If you just want to do whatever you want, do it this way. And you don't have to buy the stamp set, but you can. And again, there was card stuff in here that used this same paper, but it didn't have this stamp. So take note of that. This was right here. It's this same paper. These were the 2 stamps and dies that came in this suite. Completely different from this right here for the scrapbooking stamp set. And here's your sticker sheet. Here's the turtle one. Again, the turtle one came this Stampin' Dies. Again, the paper, so the paper's the same. Here's an added sticker sheet, a different stamp set. Here's not the workshop kit, but scrapbooking from scratch, so level 3. Here's the Celebrate Together. Let me go. Sorry, I really want this to make sense, and I hope it is. I'm going back to the kits, the level 1. Celebrate Together. And actually, this Celebrate Together, it's an online exclusive. But here it is as a kit, a workshop, in our catalog. So again, you can buy it as a kit, or you can buy it just as a scrapbooking and put it together your way. This has a lot of cute little mixed drinks. Again, it uses a lot of the in colors, the Timid Tiger, the Strawberry Slush, the Secret Sea, the cloud cover. So really cute. There's the Secret Sea. Some cute little lemons and cherries and strawberries. That would be great for a gardening page. Some flowers. But it does come with this pretty ribbon. We have had for a while this clear see-through with kind of a silvery edging. This one is clear and see-through with a gold edging. There we go. I was gonna say, I thought I had unwrapped that. It's a little bit, it's not as wide. It's a little bit thinner, but they're pretty much the same. So and this is gonna be great for Christmas. But again, this was an online exclusive, and it did come with some holographic resin dots. These really look like glow-in-the-dark green dots. That's not what they looked like online at all. So I was a little, and you can't really even see it on video. On video, it really looks like what the catalog or the online showed. But this really has, if you guys remember our glow-in-the-dark paper that came out Halloween a couple years ago, or the bats, the embellishments, it has that same green tone to it. So be advised, you may not want those if you don't want the green. Here again is that real masculine camping. It was in a workshop, now it's in the scrapbooking from scratch. Here are some 12 by 12 albums. So again, we had the page protectors for the little bitty pocket for the Memories and More that I showed you, where it's cut and split up into quadrants of 4 or 3. You can do a normal 12 by 12 page protector and a normal 12 by 12 page. I kind of went over these flip flaps. This shows it a little bit better. You can use flip flaps to add more room to your scrapbooking page. Whether you want, sometimes you can put a photo and say you want to do some journaling that you don't want everybody to read. A little bit more private, but you want to put it on the page. Put your photo on top in a flip flap. That just means that you can flip it up. Put the journaling on the bottom. So it just adds some more layers to your page, and it lets you put more stuff on. They're like little clear page protectors. I have some. I have a whole bunch of them. I don't know if I can get to them though. But they look like our little clear envelopes is what they look like. Hold on, let me grab one of those. You guys see me use those all the time. And those are right here handy. Okay. And they come in different sizes. So you'll see that they come in 3x3, 3x4, 4x4, 4x6. Here's a clear envelope. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab one of these little Memories and More thing. I'm gonna stick this in here. I'm gonna pretend like this is a flip flap. Okay, so say I have my scrapbook page and there's a photo right here on my page. I'm gonna take this sticky adhesive. I'm gonna remove this little piece. This is sticky now. This is what I put all of my pre-made cards in when I sell them for craft shows. I'm gonna take that and I'm going to stick that down on my scrapbook layout, and now this can flip up. So I can have a photo under this, and this is a flip flap. And you could stack 3, 4 on top of each other. Now you're saying, well, once you put them in the scrapbook album and they're in that clear protector, what do you do? Several different options. You can put a little slit in your page protector to where these come out and lay on top of your page protector. Where'd my page protector go? Say I'm doing an 8.5 by 11. I can cut a little slit in here with an X-Acto knife, put my page in there, and pull that through the little slit. Or I can put my page in there, and then I can just not put a slit in this and put these on top and just adhere them to the page protector. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, I know I'm taking way too long. So sorry, guys. Okay, this goes over the new two-tone cardstock. Okay, we have 50 different colors. When you look through our color family, back here, here's that color wheel, page 137. Our color, we have 5 colors that are 2024 to 2026, and then we got our 5 new in colors this year for 2025, 2027. There's one of these that always goes out, one of these that always comes in. They're always rotating 5 different colors. However, so that's 10 of them. However, we have regals, we have neutrals, we have subtles, we have brights. This normally does not change from year to year. Every once in a while we'll get a new color change, a refresh, but usually they stay the same. There's 10 in each color family. So we normally have 4 basic colors and then the extra 10 for the in colors that move around. So 50 colors. Okay, these all have been 8.5 by 11 normally. Some of them we did offer 12 by 12, but not all of them. Now you can buy every color in a 12 by 12 sheet, and it's two-toned. Two-toned means one is a darker shade, one is a lighter shade. So for instance, our cherry cobbler, one side would be the actual cherry cobbler color that we've always carried in our 8.5 by 11 cardstock. The other side is going to be darker or lighter. It's going to be a different shade of that same color. You can buy every single one of our 50 colors, even the 5 or 10 of the in colors from last year and the new in colors this year. Soft Seafoam, Darling, or not Soft Seafoam, Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush. Those 5 new in colors are in this 12 by 12 two-tone paper. So 2 tones, 1 on each side, and this is white core cardstock. So our 8.5 by 11 cardstock, if you were to tear it, it is the same color from front to back. It is a solid color. This two-tone cardstock is a white core cardstock. The color lays on top of the paper. The actual paper is white. So when you tear it, you get this white core, which is great because you can do waves. There's lots of different techniques that you can do with this. So this is a plus. Anyway, to me, because we always have 50 in colors, now we really have 100 different colors of cardstock because you've got a light tone and a dark tone. So anyway, we also carried over the Close to My Heart White Willow cardstock. This is more of a cooler white, where our basic white that Stampin' Up! Has always carried is more of a warmer white. If you laid them side by side, oh, I've already taken so long on today's videos. You guys are going to kill me. I'm not going to do it. But if you laid them side by side, you would see that the Stampin' Up! Basic white has a more of a beige, warmer undertone. The willow white, the white willow, I'm going to do that forever. The white willow has a cooler bluish tone. It's a white, but it looks like it has a blue tint to it when you compare them side by side. Anyway, it does go a lot better with the scrapbooking papers. Just throwing that out there. This kind of goes over the tone on tone. See, like here, right here, they've got one side the darker tone, one side the lighter tone. That is the same piece of paper right there, and they've created two different colors of grass, two different colors of mountains, two different colors of sky. All by using 3 pieces of paper, you get 6 different colors. It adds so much versatility. And you can see the white core peeking through. Okay. Here is bundles. This is a great bundle. I showed this off in my pre-order. You know how I love treat boxes. And I thought this was so cute. It reminds me of the Never Full Louis Vuitton purses. I think that's what they're called. I don't own one. My sister does. A couple of them. But a great little treat bag. Lots of cute stuff. You can do it. Here's the embossing machine. You know, I always pull out the old Big Shot, the Mamba Jumbo. It works great. Here's the new one. And I should get it, but I haven't. Again, these are our bundles. So remember when I said a suite is the paper, the ribbon, the embellishment, the stamp, the die. A bundle is just the stamp and the die set. Now, you don't have to buy them. You can buy just the stamp or just the die. You don't have to buy them as a bundle, but you can, and you get a little bit of a discount. So here's the bundle price. Here's the separate price. I love, see, this one does have a heart. See, I did a little bit when I first went through it. I have not gotten this because this is the punch that you can't order yet. It won't be available until the end of May. So, but I cannot wait to get to, I love that stamp set. Yes, Valerie, I love the animal stamp set. Happy birthday, party animal. I love it. I'm very excited about this. Okay, here is the stamp and die. This is one stamp. These aren't 10 different stamps. This is one big stamp. You can kind of see it right there. Ink it up, you stamp it one time. Then this is one die. This is not, and it says one die. This is not 20 different dies to cut out these different images. You put this die on that stamp and it cuts it out all together. We have a saying one that's like this right now with words. Okay, so you're going, no big deal. Yes, big deal, because check out page 2. Look at this washi tape. You can take this die. See, here's a picture of the die. See how that die is just one big long die and she's running it through the die machine? Okay, you can take this die on top of this washi tape and cut these out. Because this washi tape is like a sticker, it's sticky on the back because it's tape. You've just made stickers by using this washi tape. Okay, so you're asking me, Shauna, you're putting that through your die machine. So you're putting it on your plate. Hold on, let me grab my plate out of my die machine. Ugh. Here's my plate. You're putting it on your plate. Your plate's gonna be all sticky. Okay. Yes. However, it doesn't have to be. Think outside the box, guys. Okay, you can put that washi tape on a piece of white paper and then cut it out, and it's going to be white. You know, like it's going to have a white border. See how right here it's a see-through clear border? Okay, put it on a piece of vellum. The see-through vellum, guys. Put this washi tape on a piece of vellum, and then you're gonna have the border be see-through. Put it on the clear packaging, not our envelopes, but you know, you get a lot of your stamps, your dies, they all come in this plastic envelope thing. The embellishments, I don't have any here. I was looking for them because I've already opened them all. Like clear packaging like this. This is that Post-it note. But your embellishments, your dies, all come in something like this. Put that washi tape on that. The piece of clear, your stamps, your photopolymer stamps. Okay. I keep the hard, thick one, but this right here, put your washi tape on this. And now you've got a clear window transparency. Guys, my brain, when I saw this, I'm ready. I can't get it fast enough. I'm ready. I see myself doing so many things. Okay, we have a couple of different alphabet sets. This is a bundle. There are tons of dies, tons of different shape, and it tells you that there's 20 of them. And the largest one is 7 by 5 3/8, and the smallest one is itty bitty. Okay, so you can make tons of different banners, home decor, but I'm more excited. These are such big letters. Look what they did. They did these monogram treat boxes. So stinking cute. Could you imagine that for a baby shower, a wedding shower? Oh. So, big alphabet. Sorry, my pages are kind of stuck together. This is a great saying set. It's probably my favorite saying set in the whole catalog. It says the right words. In fact, I used one of these, I'm not going to say because you're watching, Mom, on my Mother's Day card that I made for you. But I think this is the best stamp saying out of the whole catalog. And if you're online, this is a great online stamp set. Friends are the family you chose for yourself. You bring so much joy and laughter to my life. Thinking of you brings a smile to my face. Best stamp sentiment sayings, I'm telling you. So if you're looking, if you're just starting out and you're trying to figure out something to buy, get a great sentiment stamp saying, a great Usually florals is what I advise, because we normally make a lot of feminine cards from one girl to another girl. So you make more feminine cards, sympathy cards. A lot of them have florals on them. So if you get a floral stamp, that will go a long way. A floral paper will go a long way. So if you're just starting out, that's my advice. If you have kids, I love these stamp sets. T for just me and you. Thanks for giving me a little push. You fill my cup. So cute. However, I will say, consider yourself hugged. We have what we call paper hugs. Mom, I'm not showing you your Mother's Day card. When you give a card, you're giving a paper hug. So I love that. You could put that on a card. Considered yourself hug. I'm sending you a hug. It's a paper hug. Anyway, both very cute. These stamps, pay close attention to these. This, when I first looked at it, I thought was a big background stamp. These are 4 stamps. This one's 4, this one's 4. So you can mix and match these. So this is one stamp, this is one stamp, this is one stamp, this is one stamp. Do you see the 4 individual stamps? And here it's showing you how you can use them separately. Okay, same thing with this wreath stamp. So be careful when you're buying this. This top part is one stamp. Okay, the bottom part of that is the same way. That's one stamp. So this, the center that has the saying, and then if you were to take this stamp off, you have a wreath. So see that wreath right there? So that is 4 different stamps together. They mesh together. You can use them as one stamp, but they are 4 stamps. I love anybody who loves birds. That's a great one. These are all bundles. Remember, we're still in our bundles, which is our stamp and our dies. This is a great stamp. This is not a bundle, though. You know what? I take that back. We are not in our bundles anymore. Okay, this was the last page of our bundles, our stamps and our dies. So starting with that wonderful sentiment set, these are just stamps, different stamps. This is a what we call a reversible stamp. A reversible stamp is where you stamp one side. I'm trying to get a stamp to show you. Say for instance, this jar. Okay, this is from the Sweet Jar stamp set. Okay, say this was a solid stamp. So there wasn't this big old hole in the middle. Okay, so you would stamp the back of it for the solid image, and then you would turn the stamp over on the front that has the raised image and stamp that on top of your solid image to get definition. So in saying that, let me put that back in there so I don't lose it. This bird, the back of this stamp is your solid image. Then you pull that off of your block and you turn it over to where it's got the raised definition side, and you stamp that on top of that. Then you can color it or whatever you want to do and get this beautiful image. But you use both sides of the stamp. That is a reversible stamp, and it talks about it right here. Along the lines, this was cute, very cute. You start at one and you end. You never lift up your pen. I think that's pretty clever. Love, 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 love this stamp. Really just for the sentiment. Somebody knows, somebody cares. Your name is whispered in somebody's prayers. Home is where the art is. Again, that's that paper See, there were a couple pieces that had just like scenes. I could really love that. So you could do home decor. That's kind of what that's talking about. Here's another one where it's just a big stamp. These are our background stamps. And you can go in there with a little stamp dauber and do different colors for the tree. Like maybe they did greens, but if it was fall, you could do red, oranges, and yellows. You could make a fall theme, but really pretty. Here's some of our returning favorite bundles. So these were in last year's catalog, and they did so well that they made it into the current catalog. These are our tools. So your basic tools, your trimmer that I always use, your stamp pad, your stamp blocks, your scissors. Here's some grid paper. Here's our take your pick tool. And these little pieces come out so you can buy separate attachments, all these different attachments that you can buy, your bone folder, your embossing gun. Here are some punches and different ways. So again, technique. This is a technique book, a catalog, a inspiration book, an idea book, a template book. This catalog is so much more than a catalog. So make sure you see the versatility in it and you use it. But it's showing you how yes, you could take this punch and just punch out this punch. Or you can take it and slide your paper through it a certain way and make even a longer punch. So it could be this size, or it could be this size. It could be this size. So anyway, our punches. Here's the 3 different alphabet sizes that we have. This is great for scrapbooking because sometimes you need a big letter, sometimes you need kind of a small letter, and then these are really small. So depending on if you're doing a page title or just a little bit, here it shows the different sizes. Here are some of what I call our nesting dies. They fit inside of each other. Great for squares, circles, banners. So here's some of our embossing folders. The turtle one is new. The damask one is new. Again, all the little pink ends mean that they're new. A new one that's online that you guys don't want to miss out on is this corrugated one. I used this one on the graduation cap on last week's video. I think this is going to be a great addition to just giving your cards some extra pizzazz. Another online exclusive. These are regular embossing folders. These right here and this right here. Here is a hybrid one. What is a hybrid one? Well, a hybrid one means that you can emboss and cut all at the same time. So again, this is an online exclusive. This is Sunrise Sailing, and if you go back and watch my pre-order video, I showed how this works. But this die will sit in here. It fits in there. Like you put it in there, it clicks, it doesn't move. You can put your piece of paper in there. You can take your die and your embossing folder and run it through all at once. That's what a hybrid embossing folder is. This is our clear blocks. This tells you some different techniques that you can do with the clear blocks. Our little cleaning your clear blocks. So our Stampin' Mist, our simple chamois. All the adhesive. Adhesive is like a tool in a man's workshop. You have a job and there's a certain way, a certain tool that will make it easier. That's how your adhesive is. Depending on what you want to do, you might need that green mono multi-purpose liquid glue. You might need a glue dot. You might need some tear and tape, which is like a sticky strip. You might need some dimensional, some pop-up foam adhesive. You might need a sticker sheet, an adhesive sheet. You might need your Stampin' seal, or, you know, my ATG gun that I use. So depending on what you're trying to do, really, if you have the right adhesive, it makes it so much easier. This goes over some of our specialty paper. Here's our DSP paper. Some of it does return. This came from the old catalog. This came from the old catalog. This was in the old one. This was in the old. This is new. This is new. Again, look for those pink boxes with the ends. Again, some more DSP. Every year they come out with a new designer series paper that's in each color family with a design, but they change the designs. So this is a good way to get pattern paper in all the different colors. I'm going to try to show you. Let's see. Okay. I just pulled a couple from a couple of years back. So again, they come in color families. So this was the in color pack of paper, and this had dots on one side and a plaid on another. Okay, sorry, I was trying to. It has flowers on one side and like this line of dashes or hash marks. So there's 4 patterns in each color. So again, this was an in color, so you get the same, the dots, the plaid, the flowers, the hash marks in the different colors that are in that color family. So that's what this page right here is showing. Man, my scrap room looks like a disaster, like a bomb went off. Here is one in the bright. So again, we have 4 color families: brights, regals, neutrals, subtles. And this was last year's pattern. So every year the pattern changes. So you have this little lined polka dot. Here's a fun little like hexagon. And you get multiple sheets of each. Here was like a little flower, and again, a plaid. So, but you get them in all the different colors in that color family. So, a great way to have matching cardstock and pattern paper. This is making gifts, tags, how you can do your paper for gift bags. Here's some of our basic white envelopes. When I sell my cards, I put each card with an envelope. Here's the basic white Memories and More. So your pre-envelopes and pre-scored card bases. You know, where I showed that they fold over. So you can buy them in like a design, or you can also just buy them just white. Embellishments, ribbons, different ways that you can blend. So of course we have our Stampin' blends. We have our blending brushes. We have our brayer. We have our little blender pens like this that you can squeeze your ink pad, put a little bit of, so you squeeze it. The newer pads are a little bit harder to do it with, but you can still do it. You puddle a little bit, and then you take your blender pen and you put that in there and then color in your image. We have our sponge daubers. So several different blending ways. Here's our different ink pads that, again, this kind of goes with your, sorry, I'm reaching across my desk. Different adhesives, different inks. So Stays On does exactly that. You put it down and it stays on. It's almost, this is great for window sheets because most of the time if you were to stamp on a window sheet, an acetate piece of paper, it's gonna smear. Stays On does not. It stays on. Versamark is where it's like a glue pad, a sticky glue pad where you stamp something and then you put your powder or your glitter on there, and then you take your embossing gun and you heat emboss it. Lily, my granddaughter, loves heat embossing. Here's your white craft ink. Craft ink takes a little bit longer to dry. Here's your Memento. This is what you use with your blends, your alcohol inks. And then you have your Stays On cleaner. Stays On will, you'll never be able to get your Stays On ink completely off of your stamps. However, the Stays On cleaner does help, but it will dye your stamps. So that kind of goes over the embossing powders, the shimmer paste, shimmer Winkostella pen, watercolor. You can do them wet or dry. So these are some different techniques. I'm trying to fly through this, guys. We are almost at 2 hours. This is crazy. Color personalities. I think this is really fun. Check it out. You know, brown kind of means that it's comfortable, it's easy, it gives a warm vibe. Red and pinks are romantic, but they're bold. They mean power. So the colors that you use on your card can give off a different vibe. Anyway, it talks about that. So it's kind of cool. I love color theory. This goes into the color wheel that we talked about. Our color families, we've touched about that. You can buy the color families. You can do the cardstock, the ink pads, the ink refills. So when you buy an ink pad, you can buy an ink refill, and when that pad dries out, you take your refill and you put more ink on it. It makes your ink pads last. So again, cardstock, your ink pad, your ink refill, then you've got your blends, and then there's your two-toned cardstock. You can buy them by the colors. So there's all your product numbers. This really should have been up in the kits section, I feel like, because Paper Pumpkin is a kit. However, this is a monthly subscription kit. They normally come in these Sweet Sorbet Poppy Parade colored boxes. But again, these are surprises. We get sneak peeks of what the next month is going to be. This is a monthly subscription, so you get one every month. This was kind of a Father's Day, which the one that's coming to my house probably next week will be Father's Day themed. But monthly subscription, I talk about these a little bit in most of my videos. Every once in a while, when they come out with a new one, they'll come in a very pretty box like this. So sometimes the boxes aren't this, but normally they are. This goes over, share what you love. Do you want to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator? Do you want, I don't know if you guys saw my post from a couple of days ago, but there are perks to being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So, you get 20 to 25% off. You can bring in an income, you know, like a business. You get first dibs on the products. You get early viewing. You get to go to fun events throughout the year. So there definitely are some perks to becoming a demonstrator. Some people do it for a business. Some people don't. Some people just do it as a hobby because they're thinking, well, I'm gonna spend that money regardless, so I might as well get the discount. But they don't want to run a business, and that's fine. You don't have to. For years, I just did it as a hobby and didn't do it as a business. So if you've ever thought about becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, they are right now for the month of May running a special. I believe you get $165 worth of products for $99. You get a free kit. You get free shipping. So anyway, I did post something a couple days ago on that. Go back and look. This is the index. This kind of shows you where you can find the dies, the embossing folders, the paper, the punches throughout the catalog. And then this is every year they come out with a stamp set that gives back. They also have a stamp set that if you're going to sell products, they would like you to stamp on the back of it so that you're telling people it's a Stampin' Up! Card, it's Stampin' Up! Product. Here is that. They call it an angel policy, but here's that stamp set right here. And then again, it just goes over, there's not just this stuff in the catalog, but there is more online. So best place to shop is stampinup.com. If you have questions, call your demonstrator. One last thing, it's 12:53. I cannot believe this has been 2 hours long. My mama is gonna kill me. She's waiting on me. But before I let you guys go, and I probably should have just covered this in the very beginning because this is probably the most important thing. We talked about the level 1 kits. We talked about the level 2 scrapbooking projects and more, where you have the page protectors and you slip the cards in very quick and easy. Okay, step 3, we talked about the kits and how you can buy them differently. It's not in a Ziploc bag. It's just in, you know, you can buy the cardstock and the little designer series paper separate. I also want to throw out there, so like I said in the very beginning, yes, this was a Halloween kit. My scrapbooking class that I offer, which is like a level 3, I made birthday pages out of this Halloween kit. Okay, I kind of want to go over my kits with you, and like I said, I should have shared this in the very beginning. And I do have old kits. If you're looking for an old kit, like this Reindeers and Memories, this was from last fall. I have an extra one on hand that I didn't sell. If you want it, holler at me. I didn't make a kit out of it for my scrapbooking class because for Christmas, I used this, which was a little bit festive. This has paper and dies in it. So I got this, and I have a couple of these too. If anybody is looking for these, if you want to buy them, holler at me. But I made my scrapbooking class for January out of that. Here was the Snow Days workshop. Again, this is an extra one. It's for sale if anybody needs it. These were the 3 layouts you could make through the kit. Here was the class that I offered using that same kit. So my monthly scrapbooking classes are different than the workshop kits. I just want to make sure you guys understand that. These were the 3 2-page layouts that you could do from the Mint to Be. Here were the pages that I created, which you can tell are very different than those 3 layouts that the workshop kit offered. My classes that I offer are different. I use my Cricut. I cut out the page titles This is a level 3 create your own way. I'm taking the product and I'm creating it something different. So you can only get these through my class. I'm glad you think I'm funny, Mom, because I feel bad because I'm keeping you on hold. So Wildflower Birthday, again, a workshop kit. I have an extra one of these if you need it. My class, I'm gonna just show you kind of what you get in my class, and then we're done. We're out of here. Okay, so when I put a class together, remember in the very beginning where I showed when I'm cutting paper, I go through and I put them in the baggies that are labeled, you know, layout 1. Here's layout 1, here's layout 2, here's layout 3. See, I have these numbered. So as I'm cutting paper, I put these in here. Okay, so when you come to my scrapbooking class, this is what you're going to sit down with. This is what you have paid for. You're gonna come in and you're gonna see, okay, this is layout 2. This is everything I need for layout 2. All my paper is pre-cut. I'm just gonna take my adhesive and put it down. You can put it down exactly like I have and that I've made the class, that I've designed it, or you can put it down however you want. Here is one that I have started putting it down. I have not finished this by any means. But this is kind of how I designed layout 1 to look. I still have some embellishments and a title to put on here. So you have all your embellishments, your little flowers, your little dots. They all come in this baggie. And you just, like I said, everything's pre-cut. You just lay it down and put it together. So when you sign up for my scrapbooking class, it is a level 3, but I've cut everything for you. You just sit there, talk, have fun, and put it together. And then I'm there if you need me to ask questions. So anyway, this is just kind of a sneak peek on the one that I'm offering for June. It uses the Wildflower Birthday. So again, level 1, level 2, level 3, you can get it in the cards, you can get it in the scrapbooking. Hopefully the annual catalog makes sense to you. I've created a disaster in my craft room. Anywho, I love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me for 2 hours. OMG. Hopefully you didn't find it boring. Anyway, next week we'll be using some new product. I don't know what we'll be making. We'll be making something. See you guys next week. Have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.